page setup. In this video, I'm going to show you how to change your paper orientation from landscape to portraits, how to change your paper size from A4 to A3 to legal to A5. At the same time, I'm going to show you how to insert symbols, how to use your format painter. Let's get started. To begin with, I need to say that there are some things, there's some documents that um, it's better typed in landscape than in portraits. This particular paper orientation you are seeing on your screen is in portrait format. Let me change the zoom to 50%. This is portrait format. If I go to my file and I go to page setup, I can change it to landscape under orientation. I can change it to landscape. Now if I change it to landscape, this is my paper orientation. Change into landscape. If I want to change it back to portrait, I'll go back there to page setup and change it to portrait. Now if I write, please switch off your phone, for example. Now I'm going to change my zoom so you can see what I'm writing. Please switch off your phone. If I format this text by making it bigger, I can make it much more bigger than that. I can change the font size to any number I want it to be. Now this actually went into 2 pages. Now if I change my paper orientation to landscape, now you can see it just fits into one single page. Now one funny thing with using a landscape is that it has a longer width than that of portraits. So if I make this bold, and this is what you have, please switch off your phone. Now I can actually add a symbol of a phone by going to insert symbol. This is in Webbings, so this is a phone. I can actually add this symbol by clicking on the phone. This is the phone. Insert. Now if I close it, this actually went to 2 pages. Now what I can do is I can decide I can change the font size from 115 to, let's say, 110, or let's say 100. Alright, now if I change the font size, that fits into a single page. Now please switch off your phone. Now this is what you can do. You can insert symbols. Several symbols can be inserted from your symbol. You have cat, you have fish, you have bird, you have a rocket, you have the world globe, you have a bird, you have an aeroplane, you have a padlock, you have a key, you have computer network here, you have a joystick, you have a printer, you have a diskette, you have a padlock here, you have a disc, you have an headphone, piano, music. Several symbols you can add. You have male, in case you want to do toilet, male, this toilet, male toilet, female toilet, boy, girl. Things you can do. These are several symbols you can actually add if you're using Webbings. Now you can actually use Wingdings as well. This actually have its own. This has bell, book, can do, inbox, cross, 2, 1, writing, things like that. Several symbols you can actually insert. Now you have windows, you have different kind of things. Now at the same time, there are other symbols like euro, like pounds, like yen, copyright, register, trademark, plus or minus, not equals to, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, divide, multiply. All these are symbols that you can as well add. Then you can insert any of those symbols just by clicking on insert. Now another thing I need to show you is that, for example, if I change this switch, for example, to a different font, let me choose copper black. Now if I change this to copper black, and let's say I make this the color using font color, I showed that in the previous video. Font color, I change it to red, for example. Now if I want to change this to copper black, let me even unbold it. If I want to change this to copper black, at the same time make it red. Instead of me having to highlight this like this, going to copper black, then removing the bold, then coming to red, I'll just highlight any of the text here, then choose my format painter here. This is a format painter. Now if you see, this is my icon, it looks like a painting brush. Then I will drag across this text I want. Automatically it will change it into the same fonts used here, the same style used. Everything you have here will be copied down here. Now another thing I need to tell you is that you can adjust the margin here from the top and the bottom as well, so as to be able to allow you to fit into a single page. Please switch off your phone. I can actually put this to the same line. Sorry. Okay. Please switch off your phone. Now, if you look at it, for example, I've been able to use my format painter. I've been able to insert my symbol, which is this. Now one thing about this symbol is that this symbol happens to be a text. It's a text, not an object, it's a text, which means I can remove the bold from it. You can see it's on bold now. If you bold it, this is what you see. If I remove the bold from it, this is what I see. Then I can change the color from red. It's a text. Since it's a text, I'm going to use font color from red to, let's say, this color. You can see that now, or to, let's say, black to green. So it depends on what you want to do. It depends on the kind of color you want to put to your phone. So all the kind of colors you have, you can as well put them to your phone. So please switch off your phone. Then I can even change the line color. The line color presently, I can change the line color from here, but I don't need to do that for now. Now basically this is a font. I can just put the font color, and that's why you can see the color being brown. So whatever kind of color you want to do, you can always do that. Then another thing you can do on your paper orientation from your file page setup is, apart from changing from landscape to portrait, there are other things you can set. Like you can set the top margin. I actually adjusted the top margin to 0.5. I can set it to 1.0, for example. You see now it came down. I can adjust it more here manually. I can adjust it back manually on my own. So at the same time, I can adjust the bottom margin as well. I can adjust both sides. I'm going to take this back up. Now you can change your margin, this margin, top margin and bottom margin. You can also change this left margin and right margin as well. You can adjust it manually. To adjust it manually, all you have to do is just ensure that you see this two arrow pointing both left and right, then drag to any position you want it to be. Then the same thing happen here. Ensure you see the two arrows. Sometimes this can be very difficult and very tricky, so you have to be patient to see the arrow coming out. Then you click down, then you drag. You see that now? The same thing happens to this one here, up or down, depends on your choice. Down or up, it depends on your choice. So once you're done with that, there's another thing you can actually do with your page setup, is that you can go to paper tab and change your paper size from A4 to letter, or to legal, or to A3. Now one thing you need to know is that legal happens to have a longer width than that of A4. The A4 has 11.69, while legal have 14. That's a longer width. Then height of A4 is 8.27, while the height of legal is 8.5. So legal is bigger than A4. Now if I choose A3, this is the width of A3, 16.54, while the height is 11.69. A3 is bigger than A4. In reality, A4 paper, double of A4 paper will give you one A3 paper. I'm going to repeat that. If you put two A4 paper together, the size it gives you, that's the size of one A3. If you fold a single A4, it gives you, if you fold it into two equal halves, it gives you A5. There's an A5 paper here as well. So if you fold a single A4 paper, it gives you A5. So if you want to print on an A5, you have to choose an A5 here. This is where you change the paper type to A4 or to A5. But basically by default you're always going to be using A4. So I'm going to say OK to that. Now those are the things you can do with your page setup. Now I've been able to show you how to use your format painter. In the previous video I showed you how to use your undo, your redo. To cut this, you can cut this. Just use your cut. As you can see, it's gone. I can put it here. Using the paste. This is your paste icon here. You see that now? So it depends on what you want to do. You can actually copy this as well using copy. This is copy. Then I can put it here, paste. Now one thing you see is that when you copy, you have the original copy and the duplicate. But when you cut, you do not have the original. You move the original from the position to the new position you want to place it in. Those are things you can actually do with your cut and copy, as well with your paste. So if you preview, this is how it's going to come out when you print this job. So I hope this video has been informative, and I would like to thank you for viewing.